Folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Today I'm working on another Philippine radio, another 148 Cobra 148 made in the Philippines. This one is a December '89 model, but the board looks really good, as you can see. And I've already got the shock keys installed. I've got the adapters already installed. And what I'm doing now is there's the LC6404 board already mounted. I'm working on the display. I'm going to put a blue display in this one. And of course, I told you that the blue display would not shine through the filter that comes on the 148. Well, that's not entirely true. It will shine through, but very dimly. You can hardly see it. In bright light, you wouldn't be able to read what it says. I'll show you here in just a second, getting the radio hooked up. There's what it looks like with this filter on there. Looks like that. Now the camera makes it look brighter than what it is. In real life, you can barely see it. There's a comparison. That's no filter, and that's with the filter. But like I said, the camera makes it look brighter than what it is. If you look at that through the camera, you'd say, oh, well, that's fine, that'll work. But no, actually it won't. It even makes this look brighter than what it is. So what we are going to do is, in fact, I've already started. Took a Cobra 2000 display board and trimmed it down. That's what the 2000 display board looks like. You can see I cut the ends off of it. I held it up behind the opening on the radio and marked it. Marked the see where my finger out there. Marked these slots in the side of the opening on both sides, and then I drilled holes in the PC board. You can see right there where I made the squares and the little marks. And what this is going to do is hold this thing in place. If I can get it in there, it'll hold it in place like that. Now, of course, I am going to have to put spacers behind it to move it back a little bit so that it's in about the same place as the other one, as the stock one. Should be about right there. Okay, but what I'll have to do is use screws to hold this thing in place. Now, I don't really like doing things like that, but you know, it will be mounted solid. It won't come loose because it'll have screw on each side of it holding it in place. And the filter will go right there. Actually, a smoke filter in the bezel will go be glued in that recess there for the display. And the blue will shine through it really well. But anyway, I'm going to have some of these made up with the holes pre-drilled in them so that it'll look prettier, and when you go to install it yourself, you won't have to do any manufacturing, any modifying or anything. All you have to do is put it in. But that's how we're going to mount the blue display. And like I said, it'll be a good solid mount and set right in the correct spot. Okay? And this 148, this '89 Philippine Cobra 148, will be on eBay as soon as we finish. I've got the cable already ran. Like I said, I've got the receiver upgrades already done. There's the high gain transistor for receive that I install in there. 1675 Yankee. Alright, and there's the two shot keys for D1 and D2 for the noise blanker. and then back up underneath here. Yeah, you can't really see them, the lighting's not that good, but yeah, you can see the top of one of them right there. The D21, D22 shotkeys are already in. The transmitter and receiver has already been broadbanded. I've got the, like I said earlier, the LC6404 has been installed and tested already to make sure that it works and giving us the correct channel information. Alright, I've done the LESCOM Deluxe Clarifier mod, which is a little over 6 up and a little over 6 down. And this radio is also another beautiful 148. Unmolested 148. Okay? Like I said, it'll be on eBay. Our eBay ID is LCTS03. Alright, well, we'll be back when I get it all put back together. Thanks. Okay, got it all mounted up. As you can see, there's the 2 screws in the front. I had to use like really thin washers to make sure that the screws don't get in the way of the window, the display window. As you can see, there it is from the back. Apologize for the wires in the way. Should we get those moved out? There's the screws coming through the board in the back. And got plastic spacers, actually some really thick plastic washers. So I could set the spacing right on the faceplate. I mean, on the display rather. And as you can see, it's all centered up. It's in the perfect location. I've already test fit the faceplate on it. And when we get the radio all put together, we'll make another video of it all together and working. As you can see, I've got to tidy up all the wiring, both underneath and on the top. Tighten everything up, double check everything, put wire ties all over everything, and give it a good test. Okay, I'll be back. As promised, here's a blue display. And I showed you guys how I mounted that one because the filter broke. Oh, that was the filter that broke on the other one. Anyway, too many radios. Here is the latest. This is Philippine 148 number 3. And you notice that I have 3 toggles here in the front. These are momentary toggles. This one is the band up and band down toggle. Okay. And this one is the jump 10. Up or down. This one is the store and get. Okay, let's see. I'm going to store 51 and go up a band, and then we're going to come back and get 51. Okay. This last switch, I was able to use the original switch because it needs to be a, not a momentary, but a regular stay on switch, and it's the scan switch. Okay, scan up, scan down, and it does work off the squelch. There's the connection to the squelch circuit right there. When it's in scan and the squelch opens up, it sits there on the channel and waits until the squelch closes. You can see it's holding steady on frequency, and when the conversation's over, I'm going to squelch it again. There she goes, takes off scanning again. Okay, as long as the squelch is open, as long as there's someone talking it will stay on that channel, and there is a delay so that if like one person unkeys and another one keys, you won't lose the conversation. You'll stay there unless you want to keep going. And if you want to keep going, that's easy. You just hit the just turn the channel down and start back scanning again. Here is the main board of the radio. Isn't that pretty? That's another really nice 148, Virgin 148. Nobody's hacked up. Beautiful radio. I don't need to turn the scan off. And we were able to get that scan with the new LC6404. That's what this radio has in it. Has more features than the 5304, of course. It has the band up down, which the 5304 does, but it also has the jump 10 channel switch up down. Got the favorite save and get switch, and it also has scan capability. Scans up, scans down, and if you make the squelch connection, it will stop itself on the signal, or you can just leave it where you can control it manually. Flip it up, let it scan on its own, and then flip the switch down or put it back in the center position when you hear a signal that you want to listen to. We did set this one up for low range, 26065 to 27975. And I've got to tell you, if you don't like that range, if you want that range changed, we can do that for you. All right, but it's going to cost you. We've sold like 3 or 4 radios here recently, and the folks decided that they wanted different ranges. And there was a couple of them that we already had boxed up and ready to ship out, and we had to unbox it, take the covers off of it, make the changes, reprogram the boards, and do a complete alignment again, because when you shift frequency ranges that far, the radio has to be realigned. And then do that. So, you know, if you want us to do something like that, it's going to run you about $50 to do that. Okay, there's the shot keys for the North Blinker circuit D1, D2, and D2122. You're not going to be able to see because they're underneath the board, but they are in. And of course the high gain transistor that we use, the 1675 Yankee, is in place. The receiver and transmitter has been broadbanded. The radio receives great. Got good strong transmit from top to bottom, but I'll show you all of that after we get it all put back together. We do have another UO stock faceplate and bezel that's going on the front of this one. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this radio is already sold. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. It's already sold, I think, to Dennis. So, Dennis, this is yours. And like I said, it's got the 6404 in it, which I think you'll certainly enjoy. And I'll be back when we get the covers on it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, thanks. I want to show you, demonstrate a little more about this scan. I don't know how many of you remember using the old Bearcat scanners. Had the LEDs that ran across the front. I had those in the Regencies. And you could see the LEDs run across the front of the scanner. Well, I set the display up to do that too when it's in scan. You can still tell what channel it's scanning, but I think it looks neat doing that. And when it catches a signal, it'll sit there and blink the channel number at you so that you know that you're still in scan. and as soon as you close the squelch, it goes back to scanning. Now there is a slight delay from the time the squelch is open and closed. That's just in case the transmission gets a reply, or in case you want to stop it. If you hear a signal, let's say you open the squelch and you hear something you want to listen to, just flip that down back to the center position, the scan switch, and it goes back to manual, but it stays on that channel. Okay, so you can listen or talk or whatever you want to do, and then when you're ready to move on, either change channels with the channel selector, or one of the band up switch, or the 10 up down switch, or even your favorite switch, or you could just go back to scan. I got the squelch open and close the squelch, and there she goes. I was hoping that we would pick somebody up talking so you could see it stop on a channel, but the airwaves are kind of quiet this morning. Not too many people up, I guess. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to show you. Thanks. Okay, I wanted to show you another set of knobs. Yet another set of knobs. Look at that. Just a little bit of dishwashing detergent, like Dawn. Some just regular water. And some brushes. That's the radio picked something up on scan and has stopped. And he just unkeyed, and the other one keyed right back up. So the radio's staying on the channel. But anyway, wanted to show you this another beautiful set of knobs. Look at that. Again, this is another set of 20-year-old knobs. No corrosion. The chrome's still good and thick. The knobs are just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And like I said, this radio is already sold. It's going to Dennis. So Dennis, here is your knobs. Doesn't that look nice? Boy, gonna look beautiful on that faceplate. Alright. Okay, Dennis. Here we go, buddy. Your counter's all modified and hooked up to the radio. Got her on 385 lower sideband. Right there's where the knob is. You can see the counter is dead on. You can also hear them and hear that they're on frequency. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the dummy load. I'll switch to the dummy load, and we're going to do a power test. Right here, let's see, get this thing to focus. Alright, we're on lower sideband, channel 38. Audio test audio 1 2 3 3 2 1. Audio test. Dang, about 23 watts. This little radio screams. Okay, now we're going to go to the top end. Let's see, 835. Let's jump 10 to 935. Let's try that. What do we got at 935 on sideband? Audio test audio 1 2 3 3 2 1 audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1 test. It looks like it's bouncing about 21, so Let's wrap around to 065. And yeah, you will have to touch it up just a little bit when you come all the way back down to the low frequencies. That's because of that 10.24 megahertz reference oscillator that's inside the radio. It doesn't have an adjustment, so when the radio moves this many channels, then it gets off frequency. Okay, let's see what we got on 26065. You still got 20 watts sideband on 26065. In fact, it kind of moves towards 21 a little bit while you're talking. Audio test audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. All right, let's check AM. Dead key in about 3, swinging to about 15. That's on AM on 26065. Now let's wrap back around to the top, using the plus or minus 10 switch to do that. Now we're on the upper, or 97 in the free band. About 3 watts dead carrier, swinging forward to about 16. Audio test audio 1 2 3. That's on AM. Now then, let's get down in the CB band. Up, too far. Channel 18. That ought to be a good one. Okay, we're on AM. Dead key in about 4, swinging to about audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1, about 18. That's on a 50 watt slug, so we're looking at that center scale there. Audio test 1 2 3 3 2 1 test. Now we'll switch to lower sideband. Audio test audio. Oh my God, look at that. Audio test 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. You got about 23 24 watts right there. I'm switching to upper side now. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Same thing on the upper side. So you're all set. This little radio works great. Let's see. Let me switch back over. I want you to hear the receiver. I'm going to switch back to the antenna. And of course that's channel 18, so you're getting some header down. Switch to AM. Right there's where the volume's set. That's in the CB band. That's when you move up into the free band. Of course, there ain't much AM up there. There ain't much traffic up here tonight at all, anyway. Well, there's something on AM. Mexican stations. That's I didn't want to go up that far. Okay, that's 97. Mexican stations on 27975 AM. Huh. All right, there we are on negative 90. Negative 45. Channel 1. And let's see, we don't want to set the squelch. And let's do squelch scan. We're scanning up. A lot of trash on there today. That's where all the splash is coming from. That's my neighbor over here. Got all of his power on the brother channel. Alright, let's keep going. See what else we can find here. AM. Yep, I'm on AM. And if it stops scan and there's something, not anything on there but noise, you just squelch it up and it'll go back to scanning. That's on 19. Now we're continuing scanning. Good grief. But anyway, it works the same way on down. I move the noise blanker A&L switch to down. It'll scan down till it hears something. Okay, squelch just closed, and there we go scanning again. You can see your frequency counter's tracking it. Okay, should go back to scanning. Yep, it waits just a brief second and then goes back to scanning. But anyway, put it in the center there and scan stops, and it'll stop on whatever channel that the squelch scanned open on. Alright, but this is your scan button. Up scans up, down scans down. Up scans up, down scans down on the noise blanker A&L channel. Your CBPA is favorite store and get. Down stores it. Okay, and then up gets it. There, we're back to that one. Okay, now it doesn't change the modes. You'll have to change the modes. You know, if you're like on AM and your favorite channel's on 55, you have to physically change the modes. All right, this is your plus or minus 10 channel switch. Press it up, goes up 10 channels. Okay. Press it down, it goes down 10 channels. Alright. This one is your plus or minus 45 channels. This is the band switch. Push up, it goes up 45 channels. Down, it goes down 45 channels. Now, like I've said before in my other videos, if you want the bands to match the export radios, always push it up. Okay, it'll start at 26065 and then 26515. See down there on your counter. 26965. 27415, 27865, and then the top channel is going to be 97. And when you go past 97, it rolls back over to 065. Okay? I think that about explains all the controls. It's a beautiful radio. You've got 14 days after you get it. If there's something about it you don't like, just box it up and send everything back, and I'll give you a refund. This is a Philippine Cobra. Let's see. The covers are pretty good on this one too. This is a, let's see if I can zoom that in. Come on, focus. December '89, made in the Philippines. Beautiful radio. That blame thing works better than any of them I've done so far. Okay, I'll be boxing her up and getting her out of here. Thanks, Dennis. Hope you enjoy it.